Welcome to the channel, everybody. This is our day one of archery season. I did not make the opener, so it is Wednesday afternoon. There's a cold front coming through tonight, and tomorrow it's supposed to only be like 59 degrees. It was 70 something today. It's right around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and just got out here and got set up, and I have not been checking my cameras, so I don't know what's going on out here. I haven't really been paying attention. I've been too busy doing other stuff. I thought once I retired I would have all kinds of time to do this stuff, and I just don't seem to get any of it done. So so we're just winging it here today. Hopefully something comes out and we can take a shot. We got the Bruin Ambush 345 ready to go, cocked and loaded, and I don't know how well you can see that. We just put a little 3-blade broadhead on it. I have the Rage broadheads on my other bow, but these are some cheap ones that I got for like 10 bucks on an auction, and we're gonna see how they do, and hopefully we get a shot tonight. Today we're sitting in the Pablo blind. It's the first time I've sat in this one. It's on the south end of the food plots. And the wind is blowing right in my face because that front is coming through, and it's blowing hard, so everything's going out the back. There's a neighbor's field back here, probably 50 yards, so it's all going out in his field if I have any scent. I usually don't have an issue out here with getting winded or scent because they come out into this field. They're coming out there to eat, so when they come out to eat, they're not, I don't know. I won't say they're not on alert, but they're coming out there to do one thing, and that's eating. So if I don't see nothing tonight, I got all day tomorrow planned to sit and hunt. So well, let's stop talking and let's get hunting. Later in the afternoon, the wind really picked up and the blind was just being tossed all over the place. When I came out the next morning, the blind was actually flipped over onto the ladder and barely hanging on, so I had to put that all back up before I could even get in it the next morning. The first night, all I seen were the turkeys. That's all that came out into the field. It was really windy, and usually when it's that windy, the deer don't move a lot, so they wait until dark or whatever. But yeah, the turkeys, they're all pretty much full grown now. So it is day 2, and it is cold out here. Temperatures this morning were like low 40s. I don't know what it is exactly right now, but it's chilly. Not used to this kind of temperature this time of year. I have not seen a deer yet. I went last night, I went this morning, and now it's like 5 in the afternoon. Been very windy though, very windy. So much for cold fronts. Well, right after I shot that clip, this spike buck came out in the field, and it is it's right around 6 o'clock.
I don't know if he's a legal spike or not. I'm not going to waste a buck tag on him. But where he's standing right now, he's a good 35-yard shot. And I'm not going to waste an arrow on it. So we'll just wait for another day. He stayed out there until dark, and he ended up all the way over by that big spruce tree before dark. And I snuck out the back of my stand. He never was alerted, so everything went good. He'll be back. So day 3, I was barely situated. I barely got to the stand and sat down and got my bow ready, and this young one came out right away. And so while I was watching this young one, I never noticed that the older doe somehow snuck by me and ended up in this, what you're seeing in front of me here is what I call a staging area. And she was in there, and I don't know how she got there from where the little one came from, unless she came from a different direction. So she's standing over here in the right corner of this staging area, and I'm trying to focus in on her, but all I can see are her legs, and she's facing the other way. She's facing to the east, and I have the wind in my face, so I know she's not smelling me. But the neighbor could be out in his stand. His stand is right over on the right side here, facing my field, and he could be out there. I don't know if he's out there or not, but she's smelling something, and she's standing there snorting. So hopefully you can pick that up on the video here. I hope you were able to hear that. She never showed out. She never came out. I could see her moving around in there, but she never came out into the field. And eventually there were 4 of them in there. The little fawn stayed right off to the left here, just out of camera view, and the whole time. And they ended up going over to the other food plot number 1, and I can kind of see through there. Not a good picture, but I can see through there, and there were 4 of them all together at one point. And eventually they made their way back around the other side and came back into this field just for a little bit, which you will see coming up here shortly. So they kind of looped around, and then they came back out into the field here just for a little bit, and then they make their way all the way up to this that far east point that you see there of my field. And I believe from there they're making their way across the road, actually out into the farmer's field, because that's the only other food source around here is the farmer's field on the other side of the road. So I think that's where they end up at night. And they're just slowly making their way out there right now during daylight. It is it's after 5 o'clock when these are standing here. It got dark shortly after they left the field. So I believe that's where they're headed. They're headed to that farmer's field out there. day 4 ended up starting out the same way as day 3 did, just about. So the 4 deer came out in the field about 4:30 in the afternoon. They stuck to that corner up there, and there's three smaller ones, yearlings, whatever you want to call them, and then the big doe. And that big doe, she's totally hesitant to coming out in the field. So she stuck to that corner up there, and the three smaller ones all came out in the field. But I'm not after the small ones, so I let them all go. And in a little bit here, you'll see what happens. They were out in the field for quite a while, and then Mama Doe spotted me trying to move my camera, and she was all over it in a hurry. So usually I can win these stare-off contests with these deer, but man, she looked me in the eye for way too long. I had to blink. So she was on to me. She knew something was up. She kept stomping her feet. And then after she got done there, she just kind of turned around and went back around and met up with her 3 deer, and they started heading out of the field, I guess. So I didn't really spook her, but she knew something was up. So we're gonna have to give it a few days now and let her get used to the blind being there with nobody in it again. Go figure. The whole time those deer were standing out in the field, Mr. Birdie here was bouncing off the side of my ground blind, and that's one of the reasons they were attracted to me in the first place, because he was making so much noise. So basically they just met up out in the field there, and they all headed the same way they went last night, the night before. And they went all the way up to the end of the field there, and I'm pretty sure they're heading out to the farmer's field. It's probably well after dark before they get there, but I'm pretty sure that's where they're headed. So if you like these videos, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and as always, make sure you subscribe also. See you on the next one.